back, Rugby fans. We're here for the Cup quarterfinals, and we have Ohio State against Penn State. Penn State are in the white. They're receiving the ball here. They went 3-0 yesterday. Ohio State going 2-1. And Penn State, on paper, should be the team to beat here. Distribution looks good to their back line. Using the full width of the field. Scrambling a little bit across field. This is the second Cup quarterfinals in the women's division. Wonderful ball movement.
Losing territory though, Dallin, going backwards.
That's right, but this is a speed merchant on the outside. She will be stopped, but not by the sweeper. Anastasia Morel.
We saw so much from her yesterday in a different series of matches, numbered really deadly speed on the outside.
And again, look at this great patience.
Penn State doing really well to utilize the full field.
But that's a steal. Bree Raway with a steal. Unbelievable stuff. Just monstered that ball away. Now all of a sudden Ohio State with possession here.
Ohio State scrambling to get in good position with such a quick change of possession.
Barreling up the middle of the field. Bree Raring involved as well. Just looking for something. That's her now. She was devastating yesterday. But not coming around the gate, coming from the wrong side. So it will be a penalty. Ohio State with possession right now. Look for Big Mary Jo. She's made some good meters and yardage. The arrow comes in just to double check things. And we're going to have a word to one of the Penn State players. We can't hear what's been said there, but I can imagine she's just asking what she's going to have for lunch later. Ohio State now with a penalty. Solid double hit there on big Lindsay White. Ball gets dug out.
Nice pressure by Penn State, so quick to get to their feet.
Brie Rarig with a pass, looking for the loop. Oh, great skill from her. She finally gets brought to the deck.
Great concentration to tip that ball so she could keep possession.
Mary Jo throws the little dummy in. A wonderful offload by her. Space on the outside, a one-handed collect and offload. That unfortunately went to the deck there. Wonderful bit of skill there. And I think it was Campbell involved, the interplay.
You saw a slight defensive mistake there, really Penn State kind of banking on getting into the passing lane. Ohio State did a good job to notice that she isn't committing, slide it over, went straight through the gap.
Yeah, that was some exciting play, and now Penn State have possession inside their 22. Looking for this dummy switch, they go outside. Worrell, she's got space and speed. Brie Rarig is onto her, and we'll have her. Wonderful tackle on steal as well. Clearing out and holding on, so it'll be a quick tap penalty for Ohio State as they look to go away. It's the lady in pink.
Nice transition there, Ohio State take advantage.
And it was Norris there on the deck. Play on, great turnover for Penn State. Back and forth stuff this. Looking for a loop. Hits the deck, that was Schussler.
Great pace by Schussler, receiving the pass in front.
Oh, the space on the outside. Bianca Dalal, she'll ghost around the outside and open up this game with a first score. Wonderful bit of speed.
Absolutely, Dallin. Back to Schussler's original first forward movement. She really did a great job to commit that defense. They slid over, and that created this opportunity for Dalal to take the corner and put it between the posts.
And Katie, that's so right. Just really running direct at people, making them stick and not drifting. And as you watch the replay here, there she is on the outside. This is the try scorer, Dalal, as she goes around. Lots of speed with that white scrum cap of hers. And the conversion is good, so it is 7-0. 2 minutes 30 left in this first half. And we got Penn State, who are looking to book their ticket into the Cup semifinals. Nice kickoff. Ohio State have the ball. Norris with those pink little arms of hers. Looks for the Fenn, and Gets through the first player, going very well, super to beat. Monstrous tackle on the touchline there, and a quick turnover. Penn State will have the ball. They can't go quick with the line, there are people in the way.
Norris did well on that initial kickoff, handling the ball. With the weather the way it is, it's pretty difficult to field it in the air. Got her body turned sideways and was able to keep possession.
Oh, it's extremely difficult. Can't even feel my hands here in the commentary booth.
Important line out here for Penn State.
So 1 minute 30 left. It's going to be a scrum down to Ohio State. I feel like there's a big opportunity for them here. But they need to try to get the ball out here. Number 6 on the right of your screen. They're going to get a penalty. Early push. Norris with the ball. They look for the forwards. Norris sets it up.
A little over enthusiastic on Penn State on that scrum engagement.
They are. That's pretty Rorick now with the ball. We said, oh, and it's gone forward, unfortunately. So opportunity squandered there. And now Penn State look to close out this first half. Yeah, we saw this yesterday, the issue with the early scrum engage, pushing when the ball's not in and then giving a free penalty away. Players still adjusting to that new rule.
Absolutely, and both teams getting a bit anxious too with such a tight match.
Lovely tackle there, Mary Jo's onto that. Ball went backwards. Oh, shifting through the first few tackles, running very strongly there. Alexis gets Mary Jo with the ball, still going backwards, which is fine. Oh, now it's hacked through. Picked up by Ohio State and maybe lost forward. But it's a penalty. Not rolling away at the contact point. Norris now. Time is up. Oh, Mary Jo spills that. Be advantage for Penn State. Last play of the half.
Great support there by Penn State.
This is the try scorer. Delar, she gets tackled. Moves it out wide. Worrell with gas to burn. Will she go around? Oh, run like a parked car. Worrell on the outside. Phenomenal stuff. And she will score the second try for her team underneath the poles.
Indiana just a bit late to sink over so that they could pick her up, and too much pace on the outside for Worrell.
Exactly, so 14 points of difference right now. I mean, really, Penn State, they do have all the strike runners.
Yes, absolutely. Worrell just too much to contain for Indiana at this point. You could see in the last waning minute just a little bit of fatigue setting in. They're trying to shift over and just weren't able to make it.
The conversion is good, by the way, in the background, so it is 14-0 confirmed. I really felt there the contact point was fiercely contested, and Penn State had the better turning that ball over many times.
Yes, they have just a little bit better body position. Look to be more likely they're in a bit better condition in general. So their endurance is kicking in and really helping them.
Now, Penn State has a wonderful rugby program, as we know, 15s as well. Eagles coach Pete Steinberg, of course, who lost his name for a second, coaches the national team and has done a lot with their program. They have, obviously, a lot of Eagles they produce, too.
Yeah, we have Hope Rogers, Amelia Beiser as well, seeing a number of these players that are really contributing. You can tell their leadership is making a big difference today. And
that's a great thing. Tournaments like this providing opportunity just to play wonderful rugby against teams you probably wouldn't meet up, you know. So Penn State national championship as well, they've won, so 8 times, right? Something like that? Yeah.
Yep.
So second half, what do you expect to see?
I see probably more of Penn State. Indiana really kind of do their best to contain them as well. Really two differential styles. Penn State's spreading as much as we've seen so far, and Indiana's getting a bit more bunch, so hopefully we'll see that they can spread out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. As the further you spread out, the more gaps there are, so that's really what you need to use there. Okay, nice. So we're going to go back to the match right now. Coaches getting their final little words to their teams. And it is the Cup quarterfinals at USA Rugby College National Sevens competition. Hashtag College Sevens on Twitter. Join the conversation, and don't forget to vote for your all-team tournament team using the hashtag Best of College Sevens, and that's the number 7.
great opportunity for the viewing audience out there. If you like what you see and you know that there's a certain player you'd like to see recognized, go ahead, get yourself out there in social media and speak your mind.
And there really have been a lot of standout players this weekend, so we'd love to hear what you guys think. And later today on ESPN3.com, you can catch the semi-finals and finals. And that is a wonderful way for rugby to be spread out to the vast audience we have here in the US. The kickoff is great kickoff and taken by Penn State. Rumbling forward now with possession. That was number 12, Beiser. We just mentioned her. And on the outside, ranging. Norris with a tackle, though. What a wonderful work.
Great pickup by Catherine Benson. Just good presence of mind to see the space, went for it, had some good support now. Penn State moving forward.
5 meters from the line. Bulldozing her way forward is Benson. And holding on, unfortunately. Got a little bit over-eager. And Ohio State now 12-point deficit, 14-point deficit, sorry. And the score has just been updated. That's great. Nice kick. Bounces and goes out. Tries to be thrown back in field there. A little bit of karate skill.
Good extra effort there by Dalal.
She was impressive scoring that first try of the game.
Absolutely. Had a lot of great support from her teammates moving forward, and she's trying to just give a little bit back by putting her best effort there to try to keep that ball in play.
So Ohio State.
Really fortunate break there for Ohio State with that last penalty call. Just a little bit of lacking in support for Penn State.
They tried Campbell the loop around to Norris. Smashing it forward there with a hard run. Norris comes into ruck. And Penn State, we said of that breakdown, ferocious. And they have forced a penalty.
Great pickup there by Beiser to force that penalty.
On the dummy, she could go through, cutting back against the grain. Defense has wrapped her up, and just unfortunately, a little knock-on comes in. But that was a nice little run from number 10, Brianna Bartow. And she almost looked like she was going to go through.
Yes, a pretty well-known high school player here, found on the Penn State program, do a great job of just recruiting athletes, getting more and more girls involved with playing the sport.
And we have a couple substitutes, some new players coming in for both sides. One of them is number 9 for Ohio State, McKenna Kipperman. She had to put her hair up there before it gets in the way. She's in the 5 position, will probably receive this ball next. And Penn State have come around, but to knock on, so it'll be a re-scrum. So a lot of young, great players coming through into the system here. I've also been impressed by Penn State, Anastasia Worrell on the outside, the wing. Got some good speed and field vision as well.
Yes, well placed to be in the wing position.
All sorts of things going on. Offsides is the call. Ohio State get to relieve their lines, down by 14 points in the second half. Cup semi-final. Oh, solid defense again. The ball spills loose. And it is still with Ohio State. Oh, massive fend. Rumbling forward like an absolute mean machine. Brittany Latham would not want to be in the way of her bullocking runs.
Original great work by Alexis Getz to fall on the ball quickly to retain possession for her team.
So Penn State just camped inside the 22 there of Ohio's and putting them under all sorts of pressure here. So we have a new scrum half. Ohio State, number 15, Getz is there. Much better scrum, ball moves out. And now it's kicked over the top. Worrell looks to go collect it. Oh, she's dangerous with the ball in hand. Looks for some space. Drifts across field. And is met with a solid tackle. She holds on to the ball though on the ground. And referee's right with that penalty. Not 10 meters. Beats the first player. And great support there. And on the outside. Lovely stuff. Unbelievable work there. Bria Rarig, she has really caught the attention yesterday. And today she rounds off a beautiful try using some good speed on the outside. And all of a sudden with a kick to come, it could be 7 points in this.
Roderick has her teammate Caitlin Martin to thank for that. Really just taking a quick tap. Caught Penn State just sleeping for a slight second. And in sevens, as you say, any defensive lapse usually ends in an unfortunate circumstance for you.
And showed surprising turn of pace there as she got around the earlier try scorer, Delar. Phenomenal stuff. So the conversion, I'm not sure if it was over. It was from in front. Score looks to be 14-5 on the scoreboard. So perhaps that was missed.
Ohio State still staying in this game.
So Penn State have possession. Oh, it's a knock-on, unfortunately. Be turnover ball here. Ohio State now with a great chance to score. A minute 30 left on the clock.
Referee playing advantage originally. No forward movement advance gain. We'll go back to the scrum.
We've got some good Twitter comments coming in from the fans. And if we do mispronounce something, keep the change. So here we go. Oh, breakout here. Wonderful stuff from Penn State. And the offload doesn't find the intended target. Sisler with a great break on the outside. And Delar comes in. The ball reaches touch before she can grab it. Looks to go quick.
Delar indicating that she wants to push the pace of the game.
Well, nice line out. Ball goes backwards. Let's look at the last play of the game. They're up 14-5. Secured themselves a cup semi-final spot. Brie Rara gets fended off, but manages to recover nicely with a great tackle. And that was Costas who made the run. Ball in open field. Spits up beautifully. Cutting and stepping. Now numbers in space to the left. Wonderful pass on the outside. And that is a wonderful score for Penn State. One of their super subs that just came into the game here. And that will wrap up a cup semi-final spot for Penn State. Great bit of work by them. And next up, we have Cal and Davenport